This is episode 6, the pros and cons of SEO for e-commerce sites. Welcome to the Calm Marketer podcast. My name is Kenneth Fong, a digital marketer on a mission to help businesses thrive. I'll bring you on my marketing journey where you'll get to learn from my experiences as an INFP navigating an extroverted world and get actionable marketing tips for your business. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. If you listened to my previous episode, yesterday's episode, you know that I am going to try a test this week. I am going to be reaching out to some e-commerce sites that are specifically in the meditation supply niche and ask them if they might be interested in help in terms of their SEO and their online marketing. So today I've been kind of digging into SEO for e-commerce and looking at the pros and cons that I could offer to you. And if you have an e-commerce site, this episode might be helpful if you are thinking about doing SEO or are in the process of doing SEO for your site and knowing the benefits of SEO, the bad sides of SEO, and what you ultimately need to do moving forward to get as much traffic to your site as possible. So some of the benefits of SEO for e-commerce is that SEO as a whole is very durable in the sense that it's durable when you update your site and when you create content on your site to try to target specific phrases or keywords. When you optimize your site for those particular search queries, more likely than not, you will get traffic over time. So when you optimize a page, you will see traffic month over month, right? Depending on seasonality, it might go up, it might go down, but you are basically guaranteed that when you optimize a page, you will see consistent traffic. That's if you do it correctly. And it's not like paid advertising where you run an ad and you get a flood of new traffic coming in, and when you turn it off, it disappears. And that's not the case with SEO. So SEO is very durable, and that's something that is really important if you are an e-commerce site and you want consistent traffic to consistently sell your products. The second benefit is it's in terms of the pages and the keywords that you can target, it's almost limitless, right? Of course, you are limited in terms of the products that you sell. So, of course, you can only target keywords that are related to your products. And you won't be able to target keywords that are related to products that you don't sell. So, there's a limitation in that standpoint. But I beg to differ that you can create other informational content to target other search queries that are not necessarily related or tied to a specific product directly. So, if you have an e-commerce site, you can create a blog section and create a limitless number of blog posts that target all the keywords that you want to target that fit in your niche. So if it is, a meditation supply e-commerce site, you can create blog posts that target meditation related topics. Some blog posts right off the bat that I can think of are, what do you need for a successful meditation practice? Another one could be the best cushions for meditation. Another one could be how to focus during meditation. And all of those are not necessarily specifically related to one product, but tie in to the overall categories of products that you have. So some of the bad sides of SEO, well, they're not necessarily bad, but they do limit your overall success. So one is that it's very hyper competitive. So when you do a search on Google, you only see, the top 10 pages that are ranking for that search. But you know that there are probably millions upon millions of other pages that are competing against each other to rank on page number one. So it's extremely competitive because you are competing with millions of other sites that are out there. And each year, Google, as you might know, they are constantly evolving. They are constantly trying to improve their service. And what I've been noticing is that Google has been implementing more SERP features, which is basically features on the search pages that add more context and more easily answer your questions. So there could be, like the knowledge graph on the right hand side that goes deeper into a particular person or business. You also have the map pack, which is a Google Maps listings. And then you also have image carousel, video carousels, and also the also asked accordions and other additional features as well that continually get added to the Google search pages. So, when someone is searching, they're looking for an answer, and it's getting much easier for Google to provide you with that answer without having you click onto a website. And because of that, that's probably one of the biggest trends in SEO are these SERP features. And websites are going to need to try harder to get people to visit their website to, find the answer and to use your site as a source of information versus only on the Google search page. Also, specifically with e-commerce, um, sometimes the product pages are very hard to manage. So, depending on your situation, you might have products that come and go. You might have products that you no longer offer. And it can be difficult if you have different SKUs where things go out of stock, go in stock. And in many cases, a lot of the URLs that are pointing to these SKUs that are not uh, open to be purchasing, it can be very difficult to manage all of those pages, those URLs to determine which ones are active and which ones are not. So it can be very messy if you do not have a proper process in place and a correct URL structure in place for when these product changes happen over time. So you want to make sure that your URLs are set up in a way that will allow you to easily manage them on a day-to-day basis. So as simple as you can set them up, the better it is. Try to keep them, um, structure them in a way that the URL will not have uh, so many different subfolders where it's really hard to kind of understand what category the product page is in, or where the product pages are sitting on the site. So you want to have a very structured URL, and you also want to make sure that you can either 404 the pages, 404 the pages that have products that are not in stock, or just keep them as is, and then they will be updated once stock becomes available. So SEO does have its benefits and its bad side. So that's why you really need to invest in SEO because of the traffic that it offers you. But I would recommend to focus on other sources of traffic as well, such as email, paid ads, social media, um, Facebook ads, to really collect the traffic across the web, right? So not everyone is only on Google; they are on their email, on social media, and things like that. And you want to make sure that you are in front of your audience in as many places as possible. So for an e-commerce site, I highly recommend you have a very structured email marketing campaign. Make sure you are collecting people's emails and make sure you are emailing them on a regular basis. Okay, so the more people you have on your list, the easier it is to increase your sales because you are targeting more people as your list grows. And you can test different subject lines, you can test the body of the email, the call to action. The optimizations for email are limitless. Also, for social media, if you have the budget, I highly recommend paid Facebook ads. There are a lot of successful companies out there that are leveraging Facebook ads and are getting a huge return on their ad spend. So that's something that you should look into if you are very serious about really just rocketing your brand out there. And knowing that we are in October, the holiday season is upon us, so if you want to make sure your fourth quarter sales really outperform and get you the profits that you are looking for, definitely look into paid ads. That is something that will definitely reap benefits for your brand overall. So hopefully, you thought this episode was helpful. With that said, I will see you on the next one.